Welcome to the New Fortune Theatre. Is that Grace? Jet lagged off a plane. Sorry. Thank you very much for coming along this evening. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Noongar people of the Whadjuk Nation who, for tens of thousands of years back through history, used to celebrate culture and ceremony on this place here that is the University of Western Australia now. It was a very important place. It was a place where they would come and they would meet at this time of the year and perform things like marriage ceremonies and so forth. It was a place of ritual and of celebration. And so it seems really appropriate that tens of thousands of years later, we're continuing that tradition by celebrating and performing on this space. Our tradition, let's skip forward a few tens of thousands of years. Our tradition is steeped in the early 17th century, the time of Shakespeare, the time of Elizabethan theatres. Shakespeare's company was performing in the Globe in London, where they now have a reconstructed Globe on the south bank of the Thames. And they were performing in that company, and that was a runaway success to such an extent that Shakespeare's competitors, a couple of guys called Henslowe and another one called Edward Allen, decided that they really needed to build a theatre that could compete with the Globe. So they went to the carpenter that built the Globe for Shakespeare and his company, a guy by the name of Peter Street, and they said, "Can you build us another theatre like the Globe, only make it better?" And they drew up a contract to build something that they called the Fortune Playhouse. And the contract, the original manuscript for the contract for the Fortune Playhouse, still exists to this day. You can actually check it out at the library. You can see copies of it in books. Skip forward another few hundred years. You can see these time frames are really getting compressed. Skip forward another few hundred years, and the University of Western Australia is commissioning a new arts building, this big building here, with a big quadrangle in the middle of it. And the Dean of the Art Faculty, a guy called Alan Edwards, not Edward Allen, Alan Edwards, the Dean of the Arts Faculty is looking at this diagram with the architect, and he goes, "Oh, these measurements are familiar. Let me take these plans away." And he goes and he looks at the copy that he had of the contract for the Fortune Playhouse, and he realises that if he cut this quadrangle in half, he would have something that was exactly the dimensions of the original Fortune Playhouse. So he went back to the architect. He said, "That's great. Look, we just need to put on the bridge so the staff don't have to walk all the way around. Build us a bridge across the middle of it. And while you're at it, could you put a raised platform in the middle?" And the architect's going, "Sure, we can do that." He said, "Look, I like this little thing. I want to have a Juliet balcony. Sorry, I just want to have a balcony." He's trying to get all hush hush. "I just want to have a little balcony that sticks out over it." And the architect was like, "Okay." And then he said, "And could you put me 1, 2, 3 trapdoors in the stage?" At which point, of course, the gig was up. The architect said, "What are we doing?" He said, "We are building the first replica, reconstructed Elizabethan theatre in the world." And it opened in 1964 with a production of Hamlet. Skipping forward a few more years to the 80s, Sam Wanamaker, some of you that have been to the Globe, the reconstructed Globe on the south bank of the Thames, will know that Sam Wanamaker was associated with building that. Sam came here and he stood on this stage and he looked around and said, "Why am I trying to build a Globe on the bank of the Thames? Look, you've already got a reconstructed Elizabethan theatre here in Western Australia, in Perth, Western Australia." So, we gather here every now and then so that we can perform these plays. 2 times a year, we will have full productions in this venue. We have a production of Antigone that's opening in October, November, got a full production of Antigone, where the cast won't be walking on stage in their everyday clothes and carrying scripts with them. Full production of Antigone in October. And then we've got a production. What are we doing next year? Now, Henry IV. And we're going to do Henry IV Parts 1 and 2. Come on, Grace, you should know. Henry IV Parts 1 and 2 on this stage. But in between those times, in between those spring and summer seasons, the venue sits empty. So what we like to do as actors, as directors, as creatives, is get up here on this stage, use this space, come along just for a couple of rehearsals, and then get up here and read the plays. On behalf, I think, of everybody who's sitting behind me, thank you so much for coming along and watching us read some words off a page to you tonight. Thank you. The last thing I'm going to do before I step off is to introduce our director, Kerry Bowden. Please make her very welcome.
And when we use the word play readings, it's like you often think that actors are just going to sit there and read the text, but that's not the case at all. It's called a stage reading, so they're using the whole stage, and it's a really expansive stage and an outdoor stage. So they're really going to project their voice so that everyone can hear. And they aren't reading, they are acting. They just happen to have the script. And sometimes a few of the actors have said, I find the reading even harder than acting, because you've obviously got to make eye contact with the audience, with the character you're reading from, and yet you look down and you look up. And these actors, it's been an absolute pleasure to direct. They've just inhabited their role very, very quickly. Some of the actors have done Shakespearean work before, others haven't, because as you know, some of the language in Shakespearean works are quite difficult to pronounce and even know the meaning. So they've done a fantastic job, and with just 2.5 rehearsals, they've been able to bring measure for measure to life. For those of you not familiar with the play, it's one of Shakespeare's less well-known plays, but for a play that was written 400 years ago, it's just as relevant today. It certainly has, as you'll see, Me Too kind of themes through it. So it's a play where justice is balanced by mercy, and it reflects the sort of Puritan atmosphere of the time when Shakespeare was writing this. So we hope you like it, because it's a play that's very layered at many levels, as the characters are. And and thank you for coming out on this very cold night. The whole weekend we were thinking, oh, is it going to be cancelled? But somehow it just stopped raining for the play and our rehearsal this afternoon. So thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Escalus, my lord. Of government, the properties to unfold would seem to be to affect speech and discourse, since I would know that your own science succeeds in that the list of all advice might give you. Then no more remains but that your sufficiency as to your is able, and let them work. The nature of our people, our city's institutions, and the terms for common justice you're as pregnant in as art and practice have enriched any that we remember. There is our commission, from which we would not have you called. Call hither, I say, bid come before us, Angelo. What figure do you think you will bear? For you must know, we have discretion so elected him our absence to supply, led him our terror, blessed him with our love, and given his deputation all the organs of our own power. What think you of?
If any in Vienna be of worth to undergo such ample grace and honour, it is Lord Angelo.
Where he comes.
Always obedient to your grace's will, I come to you with pleasure.
Angelo. There is a kind of character in thy life that to be observed on thy history fully unfold. Thyself and thy belongings are not mine own so proper as to waste thyself upon thy virtues. as we with torches do, not light them for themselves. For if our virtues did not go forth of us, we were all alike as if we had been light. Spirits are not blind to touch, but to find issues. Your nature never lends the smallest scruple of her excellence, but, like a thriftless goddess, she determines herself the glory of a creditor, both thanks and use. But I do bend my speech to one that my heart identifies. Hold therefore actor. In our remove, be thou at full ourself. Mortality and mercy in Vienna, live and thy tongue and heart. Odysseus, the first in question, is thy second. Take thy commission.
No, good my lord, let there be some more tests made of my metal, for so noble and so great a figure be stamped upon it.
No more evasion. I have with the leavened and prepared choice proceeded to you. Therefore, take the rod. Our haste from hence is of so quick question that it refers itself and leaves unquestioned matters of needful value. We shall write to you as time and our concern is to importune how it goes with us, and do look to know what doth before you here. So, fare you well. Brutal execution, do I leave you of your wish?
Yet give leave, my lord, that we may bring you something on the way.
My haste may not admit. Nor need you what mine honour have to do with any scruple. Your scope is as mine own, so to enforce all my laws, as your soul seems good. Give me your hand. Offer me away. I love the people. Do not like to state me to the rise. Though we do well, I do not well relish their loud applause of aged behemoths, nor do I think the man of seeks discretion that does affect it. But once more, fare you well.
The heavens give safety to your purposes.
Be forth and bring you back happiness.
I thank you. Fare you well.
I shall desire you, sir, to give me leave to have a brief speech with you, and it concerns me to look into the bottom of my place. A power I have, but of what strength and nature I am not yet instructed.
It is so with me. Let us withdraw together. We may soon our satisfaction have touch and have point.
I will wait upon your honour.
If the Duke, with the other Dukes, comes not to the composition with the King of Hungary, why then all the Dukes fall upon the King.
Heaven grant us its peace, but not the King of Hungary's. Amen.
Thou concludest like the sanctimonious Pyrrhus that went to sea with the 10 Commandments, but scraped one out of the table.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye, that he raised.
Why, it was a commencement, it was a commandment to command the captain and all the rest from their functions. They put forth to steal. There's not a soldier of us all that in the thanksgiving before meat do relish the petition well that prays for peace.
I never heard any soldier dislike it.
I believe thee, for I think thou never wast where grace was said.
Oh, a dozen times at least.
What? In metre?
In any proportion, or in any language.
I think, or in any religion.
Aye, why not? The grace is grace despite of all controversy. As, for example, thou thyself art a wicked villain despite of all grace.
Well, there went but a pair of shears between us.
I grant, as there may be between the lists and the velvet. Thou the list.
And thou the velvet. Thou art good velvet. Thou art a three-piled piece, I warrant thee. I had as lief to be a list of an English kersey as be piled, as thou art piled for a French velvet. Do I speak feelingly now?
I think thou dost, and indeed with most painful feeling of thy speech. I will, out of thy own confession, learn to begin thy health, but, whilst I live, forget to drink with thee.
I think I have done myself wrong, have I not?
Yes, thou hast, whether thou art tainted or not.
Behold, behold, when now the mitigation comes. I have purchased as many diseases under her roof as come to...
Oh, to what, I pray?
Judge.
Oh, to $3,000 a year.
Aye, and more.
A French crown more.
Thou art always figuring diseases in me, but thou art full of error. I am sound.
Nay, not as one would say healthy, but so sound as things that are hollow. Thy bones are hollow. Impiety has made a feast of thee.
How now? Which of your hips has the most profound sciatica?
Well, well. There's one yonder arrested. Carried to prison was worth 5,000 of you all. Who's that, I pray? Harry, sir, that's Claudio. Signor Claudio.
Claudio to prison?
'Tis not so.
Nay,
but I know 'tis so. I saw him arrested, saw him carried away, and, which is more, within these 3 days, his head to be chopped off.
But after all this bullying, I would not have it so. Art thou sure in this?
I'm too sure of it, and he's forgetting Madame Giulietta with child.
Believe me, this may be. He promised to meet me 2 hours since, and he was ever precise in promising it.
You know, it draws something near to the speech we had to such a purpose.
But most of all, agreeing with the proclamation.
No way, let's go learn the truth of it.
Thus, what with the war, what with the sweat, what with the gallows, and what with poverty, I am custom struck. Now, what's the news with you?
Yonder man is carried to prison.
Well, what's he done?
A woman,
But what's his offence?
groping for trouts in a peculiar river.
What? Is there a mate with child by him?
No, but there's a woman with a maid by him. You have not heard the proclamation, have you?
What proclamation, man?
All houses in the suburb of Vienna must be plucked down.
And what shall become of those in the city?
They shall stand preceded. They've gone down 2,000 wise burger put in for them.
But shall all our houses of resort in the suburbs be pulled down?
To the ground, mistress.
Why, it is a change indeed in the Commonwealth. What shall become of me?
Come, fear not you. Good counsel as Lateran quiet. Though you change your place, you need not change your trade. I'll be your taxer still. Hush. There'll be pity taken on you. You that have worn your eyes almost out in the service. You'll be considered.
What to do here, Thomas Taxer? Let's withdraw.
Continue Claudio, led by the promise of prison. Juliet.
Fellow, why dost thou show me thus to the world? Bear me to prison where I'm committed.
I do it not in evil disposition, but from Lord Angelo by special charge.
Thus can the demigod authority make us pay for our own offence by weight. Even the words of heaven, on whom it will, on whom it will not, so yet 'tis just.
Why, how now, Claudio? Whence comes this restraint?
From too much liberty, my Lucio. Liberty, as Sir Theatus, the father of much fast. So every scope by the immoderate use turns to restraint. Our natures do pursue like rats that raving down their proper vein, a thirsty evil. And when we drink, we die.
If I could speak so wisely under an arrest, I would send for certain of my creditors. And yet, to say the truth, I have as lief had the property of freedom as the mortality of imprisonment. What's thy offence, Claudio?
What to speak of would offend again.
What? Murder?
No.
Treachery!
Call it so.
Away, sir, you must go.
One good word, friend. Lucio, a word with you.
100 if they will do you any good. Is treachery so looked after?
Thus it stands with me upon a true contract. I got possession of Julietta's bed. You know the lady. She's fast my wife, save that we do the denunciation black that outward order. This we came not to only for propagation of a dower, remaining in the coffer of her friends, from whom we thought it to meet and hide our love, through time that made them for us. But it chances the stealth of our most mutual entertainment, which character too gross is writ on Juliet.
With child, perhaps?
Unhappily, even so. And the new deputy now for the Duke, whether it be the fault or glimpse of newness, or whether that body public be a horse whereon the governor doth ride, who newly in the seat that it may know he can command, lets it straight feel the spur. Whether the tyranny be in his place, or in his eminence that fills it up, I stagger in, but this new governor awaits me in all the enrolled penalties, which I have, like unscoured armour, hung by the wall so long that 19 zodiacs have gone around, and none of them have been worn. And for a name, he now puts the drowsy and neglected act freshly on me. And 'tis sure a name.
I warranted it, and thy head stands so tickle on thy shoulders that a milkmaid, if she be in love, may sigh it off. Send after the Duke and appeal to
I
him.
have done so, but he's not to be found. I prithee, Lucio, do me this kind service. This day my sister should the cloister enter, and there receive her approbation. Acquaint her with the danger of my state, implore her in my voice that she make friends to the strict deputy, bid herself assay him. I have hope that, but in her youth there is broken and speechless dialect, such as to move men. Besides, she hath the posturous act when she will play with reason and discourse, and well she can persuade.
I pray she may, as well for the encouragement of the like, which else would stand under grievous and imposition, as for the enjoying of life. Well, I'd be sorry if it should be thus foolishly lost in a game of tic-tac. Alter her.
Thank you, good friend Lucio.
Within 2 hours.
Come, let us go on, sir.
No, Holy Father, throw away that thought. Believe not that the dripping dart of love can pierce a complete bosom. Why I desire thee to give me secret heart a purpose more brave and wrinkled than the aims and ends of burning youth.
May your grace speak of it.
My holy sir, none knows better than you how I have ever loved the life of the moon, and held in idol Christ, and haunt assemblies where youth and costless bravery keeps. I had to to Angelo, a man of stricture and firm abstinence, my absolute power and place here in Vienna. He supposes me travel to Poland, and so I have student in the common ear, and so it is received. Now, pious sir, you will demand of me why I do this.
Gladly, my lord.
We have strict statutes and most biting laws, the needful bits and curbs to headstrong weeds, which for this 14 years we have let slip. Even like an overgrown lion in a cave that goes not out to prey. Now, as fond fathers, having bound up the threatening twigs of birch only to stick it in the children's sight for terror not to use, in time the rod will not then feel. So our decrees, dead to religion, are themselves dead. And liberty plucks justice by the nose. The baby beats the nurse, and white court goes forward.
It rested in your grace to unloose this private law when you pleased. And it, in you, more dreadful would have seemed filling your hand.
I do fear, too. Since it was my fault, if the people stood, it would be my tyranny to strike and gall them for what I bid them do. For we bid this be done when evil deeds have their permissive parts, and not the punishment. Therefore, indeed, my father, I have on Angelo imposed the office, who may in the ambush of my name strike home, and yet my nature never in the fight to do and slander. And to hold his sway, I will, as 'twere a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore I pray thee, supply me with the habits, and instruct me how I may formally bear in person there like a true friar. Of all reasons of this action, and more leisure shall I render you only this one. Lord Angelo is precise, stands at a guard with envy, scarce confesses that his blood flows, or that his appetite is more to bread than stone. Hence shall we see, if power change purpose, what I've seen of thee.
as those sheep roses proclaim you are no less. Can you stead me as to bring you to the sight of Isabella, the novice of this place, and the fair sister of the unhappy brother, Claudio?
Why her unhappy brother? Let me ask, or rather, for I now must make you know, I am that Isabella, and his sister.
Gentlemen fair, your brother kindly greets you, not to be hearing from you. He's in prison.
Me? What for?
For that which, if I myself, my lady's judge, he would receive his punishment in fate. He had got his friend and child.
Sir, make me not your
Oh,
story.
but 'tis true. I would not, though it is my familiar sin, good faith, to seem the Latvian to jest, tongue far from heart, pray with all virgins sacred. I hold you as a thing inspired and sainted by your announcement, an immortal spirit, and to be talked to in sincerity, as with a saint.
You do blaspheme, you couldn't mock me.
I do not believe it. Eunice and truth, 'tis thus that your brother and his lover have embraced, as though they would be for a fool, as blossom in time, for that from the seedless the bare power brings to thin poison. Even so, her plenteous womb expressed its full tilt and husbandry.
Someone was charmed by him. My cousin Juliet.
Is she your cousin?
Adoptively, as schoolmates change their names by vain though out affection.
She is his.
Well, let him marry her.
This is the point. The Duke is very strangely born from his. For many gentlemen, myself being one in hand and hope of action, but we do learn by those that know the reserves estate his givings out were at an infinite distance from his true design. Upon his place and with the full line of his authority governs Lord Angelo, a man whose blood is very snowdrop, one who never feels the wanton stings and emotions of the sense, but doth rebate and blunt his natural edge with prophets of the mind stuck in hearts. He, to give ear to use liberty, which after the long run of the Hindu sword as mice by lions, had plucked out an act under whose heavy sentence your brother's life. He arrests him on it and follows close the rigour of the statute to make him an example. All hope is gone unless you have the grace by your bare prayer to soften Angela. And that's pit of business betwixt you and your poor brother.
Not he so sick as life.
He's censured him already, and, as I hear, the prophets have a warrant for his execution.
Alas, what for good is in me to do him good.
A saying that power you have.
My power, alas, I now.
Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt. Go to Lord Angelo and let him learn to know that when maidens sue, men give like gods. But when they weep and kneel, all their petitions are freely theirs as they themselves will own them.
I'll see what I can do.
But speedily.
I will about his straight. No longer staying, but to give mother notice of my affair. I humbly beg you, commend me to my brother. Soon at night I'll send him certain word of my success.
I take my leave.
Good sir, you.
We must not make a scarecrow of the law, setting out to fear the birds of prey, and there can be one shape for custom making their hutch and not their terror.
Aye, yet let us be keen rather than cuddling. Then fought and bruised to death. Alas, this gentleman whom I know, I would say had a most noble father. But let your honour know, whom I believe is to be most great in virtue. That in the time of working for own affections, had time to appear with place, or place with wishing, or that the resolute acting of your blood would have attained the effect of your own purpose, whether you have not something in your life heard in this point which is now accepted and form the law upon you.
Something accepted as well as nothing wrong. I'm not denied the jury passing on business life. Famous ones well without people who guilty of in their crime. What note that made justice a chance easy? What notes the laws that things should pass with these? Very greatness, you will find. We soon take it because we see it. But what we do So they may dispense where I have had such faults, but rather tell me, when I did censure him do so offend, let mine own judgment pat down my head, and nothing come in part. Sir, he must die.
He is a noble to build.
Where is Thomas? See, the Claudia be executed by 9 tomorrow morning. Bring Mr. Professor, let him be prepared, that's the utmost pilgrimage.
Well, heaven forgive him, forgive all of us. Some rise in sin, and some by virtue fall. Some run from breaks of us and answer none. And some condemned for a fault alone.
Come, bring them away. If these be good people in the Commonwealth that do nothing but abuse their abuses in common houses, I know no law. Bring them away.
And now, sir, what's your name? What's the matter?
If it please your honour, I am the Court Constable, and my name is Elbow. I do lean upon justice, sir, and do bring in here before your good honour 2 notorious benefactors.
Benefactors? Well, what benefactors are they? Are they not malefactors?
If it please your honour, I know not well what they are, but precise villains they are, that I am sure of, and void of all combination in the world that good Christians ought to have.
This comes off well, he's a wise officer.
Go to. What quality are they of? Elbow is your name? Why dost thou not speak, Elbow?
He's not, sir. He's out to Elbow.
What are you, sir?
He, sir, a chapster, sir, parcel board, one that serves a bad woman, whose house, sir, was, as they say, plucked down from the suburbs. And now she professes a hothouse, which I think is a very ill house, too.
How do you know that?
My wife, sir, whom I detest before heaven and your honour.
How? Thy wife?
I, sir, whom I thank heaven is an honest woman.
Dost thou detest her therefore?
I say, sir, I will detest myself also, as well as she, that this house, if it not be a board's house, it is pity of the life, for it is a naughty house.
How dost thou know that, Constable?
Married, sir, by my wife, who, if she had been a woman cardinally given, might have been accused in fornication, adultery, and all uncleanliness there.
By the woman's means.
I, sir, by Mistress Overjohn's means, that as she spit in his face, so she should fight him.
Sir, if it please your honour, this is not so.
Prove it before these varlets here, thou honourable man, prove it.
You give up these places.
Sir, she came in great with a child, and longing, saving your honour's reverence, for smooth rooms. Sir, we had but 2 in a house, which at that very distant time stood, as it were, in a fruit dish, a dish of some 3 pence. Your honours have been such dishes, they not china dishes, but very good dishes.
Go to, no matter for the dish, sir.
Sir, indeed, sir, not of him. You are there in no right, but to the point, as I say, this Mistress Elbow, being, as I say, with child, and being great belly, and longing, as I said, for fruits, and having but 2 in dish, as I said, Master Scoffia, this very man, having eaten the rest as I said, and as I came to know honestly, for as you know, Mr. Frost, I could not give you 3 pence again.
No, indeed.
Very well, you mean that if you remembered cracking the stones of the foresaid room.
I saw I did indeed.
Why, very well, I'm telling you that if you be remembered that such a one and such a one would particle of the thing you want of, unless I kept everything right as I told you.
This is true.
Why, very well then.
Come, you are a tedious fool. To the purpose, what was done to Elbow's wife, that we have to cause her to complain of. Come to me with what was done to her.
Sir, your honour cannot come to that.
No, sir, nor I mean it not.
Sir, but you shall come to it when your honour's leave, and I beseech you, look at his Master Frost's face. Sir, a man of 4 county here, whose father died at Howard Mass, was it not Howard Mass?
All had indeed.
Why, very well, I He, sir, sits, as I say, in a lower chair, sir, towards in a bundle of grapes. Where you do not have his wife to sit, have you not?
I have so, because it is an open room and good for winter.
Quite very well then, I heard it be true.
This will last out the night in Russia, where nights are longest there. I'll take my leave. Leave you to hear the cause. I hope you'll find good cause to whip them all.
I think no less good morrow to your lordship. Now, sir, come on. What was done to Elbo's wife once more?
What, sir? There's nothing done to her once.
I beseech you, sir, ask him what this man did to my wife.
Well, sir, what did this gentleman to her?
I beseech you, sir, look into this gentleman's face. A good Master Prop, look upon his honour. 'Tis for a good purpose. Does your honour mark his face?
Aye, sir, very well.
Nay, I beseech you, mark it well.
Well, I do, sir.
Does your honour see any harm in his face?
Why, no.
Oh, please suppose honourable. His face is the worst thing about him. Could then, if his face be the worst thing about him, how could Master Prop do the constable's wife any harm? I would know that, your honour.
He's in the right, constable. What say you to it?
First, and likely, the house is a respected house. Next, this is a respected fellow, and his mistress is a respected woman.
By this hand, sir, his wife is a more respected person than any of us all.
Varlet, thou liest, wicked varlet. The time is yet to come that she was ever respected with man, woman, or child.
Sir, she was respected with him before he married with her.
Which is the wiser here? Justice or inquiry?
Oh, thou hated, thou varlet, for thou wicked cannibal. I respected with her before I was married to her. If ever I was respected with her, or she with me, let not your worship think me the poor Duke's officer. Prove this, thou wicked cannibal, or I'll have mine action of battery on thee.
If he took you a box or an ear, you might have your action of slander too.
Mary, I thank your good worship for it. What is it your worship's pleasure I should do with this wicked caitiff?
Truly, officer, because he hath some offences in him that thou wouldst discover if thou couldst. Let him continuing his courses till thou knowest what they are.
Mary, I thank your worship for it. Thou seest, thou wicked varlet, and now, what's come upon thee? Thou art to continue now, thou varlet, thou art to continue.
Where are you born, friend?
Oh, here in Vienna, sir.
Are you of 80 pounds a year?
Yes, and it please you, sir.
So, what trade have you, sir?
A tapster, a poor lawyer's tapster.
Your mistress's name?
Mistress Overdone.
Hath she had any more than one husband?
9, sir. Overdone by the last.
9. Come you with me, Master Frog. Master Frog, I would not have you acquainted with tapsters. They will draw you. Master Froth, and you hang them. Get you gone. Let me hear no more of you.
I thank you, your worship. For mine own part, I never come into any room in a tap house, but I am drawn in.
Well, no more of it, Master Froth. Farewell. Come you here with me, Master Tapster. What's your name, Master Tapster?
Pompey.
What else?
Bum, sir.
Froth. And your bum is the greatest thing about you. So, that in the beastliest sense, you are Pompey the Great. Pompey, you are partly a bore. Pompey, however so you colour it in being a tapster, are you not? Come, tell me true, it should be better for you.
Truly, sir, I am a poor fellow that would live.
How would you live, Pompey? By being a bore? What do you think of the trade, Pompey? Is it a lawful trade?
If the law would allow it, sir.
But the law will not allow it, Pompey, nor shall it be allowed in Vienna.
Then does he worship me to go and display all the youth of the city?
No, Pompey.
Truly, sir, in my poor opinion, they rule it To them, if your worship will take order from the drafts, the names, you need not to fear the falls.
There is pretty orders beginning, I can tell you, but it is heading and hanging.
If you hadn't hanged all that fame for 10 years together, you'd be glad to give out commission for more heads. If his Lord Holman be at a 10-year, I'll rent the fairest house in his offer 3 pence a bay. If you live to see this come to pass, say Pompey told me so.
Thank you, good Pompey, and in requital of your prophecy, hark you. Advise you let me not find you here before me again upon any complaint whatsoever. No, not for dwelling where you do. If I do, Pompey, I shall beat you to your tent and prove you a shrewd Caesar. In plain dealing, Pompey, I shall have you whipped. So, at this time, Pompey, very well.
I thank you, your worship in the council, but follow it as the flesh and fortune shall but determine. With me, no, let Thomas whip his jade. The valiant heart got whipped out of his trade.
Come hither to me, Master Elba. Come hither. Master Constable, how long have you been in this place of constable?
7 years and a half, sir.
I thought, by the readiness in your office, you had continued in it some time. You say 7 years together?
And a half, sir.
Alas, it hath been great pains to you. They do you wrong to put you so oft up. Are there not men in your ward sufficient to serve?
Faith, sir, few of any wit in such matters. As they are chosen, they are glad to choose me for them. I do it for some decent money and go through with all.
Look, you bring me in the names of some 6 or 7, the most sufficient of your parish.
To your worship's house, sir.
To my house, fare you well. What's the plot, do you think?
11, sir.
I pray you home to dinner with me.
I humbly thank you.
It grieves me for the death of Claudia, but there is no remedy.
Lord Angelo is severe.
It is but needful. Mercy is not itself, but oft looks so. Part is still the nurse of second woe. Yet for Claudia, there is no remedy. Come, sir.
He's here at the court. He will come straight. I'll tell him of you.
Pray you do. I'll know his pleasure. Maybe he will relent. Alas, he hath but as offended as in a dream. All sects, all ages, smack of this vice, and he to die for it?
Now what's the matter, Provost?
Is it your will that Claudia shall die tomorrow?
Did I not tell thee yet? Hadst thou not ordered? Why didst thou ask me yet?
Well, lest I might be rash. Under your good correction, I have seen where after execution judgment hath repented or is doomed.
Go to. Let that be mine. Do you your office or give up your place, and you shall well be spared.
I pray your honour's pardon. What shall I do with the groaning Juliet? She's very near her hour.
Dispose of her to some more fitter place, and that with speed.
Here is the sister of the man condemned. Desires access to you.
Hath he a sister?
I, my good lord, a very virtuous maiden, and shortly to be of a sister, if not already.
Well, let her be admitted. See you the fornicatress be removed. Let her have needful, but not lavish means. There shall be order for it.
Save your honour.
Stay a little while. You're welcome. What's your will?
I am a woeful suitor to your honour. Please, but your honour, hear me.
Well, what's your suit?
There is a vice that most I do abhor, and most desire should meet the law of justice, for which I will not plead, but that I must. For which I must not plead, but that I am, at war to its will and will not.
Well, the matter?
I have a brother who is condemned to die. I do beseech you, let it be his fault, and not my brother.
Heaven give thee moving graces.
Condemn the fault, not the act of it. Why, every fault's condemned there and done. Mine was the very cipher of a function to find the faults, whose fine stunted record and let go by the actor.
A just, but severe law. Had it, my man. Heaven keep your honour.
Give it not
entreat him, kneel down before him, hang upon his gown that you were too cold, Jim. If you should meet a king, you could not with your tame tongue desire it. To him, my son.
Must he needs die?
Maiden, no remedy.
Yes, I do think that you might pardon him, but neither heaven nor man grieve at the mercy.
I will not do it.
But can you, if you would?
Look what I will not and I cannot do.
But might you do it and do God no wrong? But if so your heart were touched with that remorse as mine is to him.
He's sentenced. It's too late.
You were too cold.
Too late? Why not? I that do speak a word may call it that. Will believe this. No ceremony that great one's longs, not the king's crown, nor the deputed sword, the marshal's truncheon, nor the judge's robe, become them. With one half so good a grace as mercy does. If he had been as you as he, you would have slipped like him. And he like you would not have been so stern.
Pray you, be gone.
Well, I would to heaven I had your potency and you were Isabella. Should it then be thus? No, I would tell what were to be a judge and what a prisoner.
Aye, touch him. There's the vein.
Your brother is a forfeit of the law, and you but waste your words.
Alas, alas, why all the souls that were forfeit ones, and that he might have his best found the remedy. How would you be if he, which is the top of judgment, should judge you as you are? Oh, think of that. And mercy then will breathe within your lips, like a man new made.
Be you content, fair maid. It is the law, not I, content your brother. Were he my kinsman, brother, or my son, it should be thus with him. He must die tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That son, spare him, he is not prepared for death. Even for our kitchens, we kill the fowl of season. Shall we serve heaven with less respect than we do minister to our gross selves? Good, my lord, bethink you. Who is it that had died of this offence? There's many companies of it.
Aye, well said.
The law had not been dead, though it had slept. Those many had not dared to do that evil. The first that did the edict infringe had answered for his deed. Now 'tis awake, takes note of what is done, and like a prophet, looks in a glass that shows what future evils, either now or by remissness new conceived, and so in progress to be hatched and born, and now to have no successive degrees.
Yet show some pity.
I show it most of all when I show justice. But then I pity those I do not know, which dismissed offence would after gall of doing right, but answering one foul wrong, lives not to act another. Be satisfied. Your brother dies tomorrow, be content.
So you must be the first that give this sentence, and that he that suffers. Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength. It is more tyrannous to use it like a giant.
That's well said.
Good great men thunder, as Jove himself does. Jove would never be quiet, for every pelting petty officer would use his heaven for thunder. Nothing but thunder. Merciful heaven, thou would rather thy sharp and sulphurous bolt split the unwedgeable and gnarled oak than the soft myrtle. But man, proud man, dressed in a little brick authority, most ignorant of what he is most sure. His glassy essence, like an angry egg, plays fantastic tricks before mankind. Makes such angry to me, who would ask me, would all themselves rather mortal.
Oh, to him which he will relate his coming, I perceive it.
May heaven she
Cannot weigh our brother as ourselves. Great men may just with saints. 'Tis written. But the less, foul profanation.
Thou in the right girl, more of that.
And in the captain's got a choleric word, with such in the soldier, is flat blasphemy.
Art thou advised of that at warrant?
Why do you put these sayings above me?
His authority, though it err like others, hath yet a kind of medicine in itself that skins the vice over the top. Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know that's like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness such as is his, let it not sound a thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
She speaks with such sense My sense breeds with it. Fare you well.
Gentle, my lord, turn back.
I will bethink me. Come again tomorrow.
Hark. How I bribe you. Good, my lord, turn back.
How? Bribe me.
Aye. With such gifts that heaven shall share with you.
You had marred all else.
Not with fond sickles of the tested gold, or stones who rate our either rich or poor with fancy values, but with true prayers, that shall be up at heaven, and enter there ere sunrise. Prayers from reserved souls, from fasting maids, whose maids are dedicated to nothing temporal.
Well, come to me tomorrow.
You go to. She's worth a lot.
Keep your heaven safe. Your honor.
Amen. For I am that way going to temptation where prayers cross.
What hour tomorrow shall I attend your lordship?
At any time foreknown.
Say your honor.
From thee, even from thy virtue. What's this? What's this? Is this her fault or mine? The tempter or the tempted? Who sins most? Not she. Nor doth she tempt, but it is I that, lying by the violet of the sun, to the carrion does. Not as the flower corrupt with virtuous season. Can it be that modesty may more betray our sense than woman's likeness? Having waste ground enough, shall we desire to raise the sanctuary and pitch our evils there? Fie! What dost thou? Or what art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully for those things that make her good? Oh, let her brother live. Thieves for their robbery have authority when judges steal themselves. What, do I love her that I desire to hear her speak again, and feast upon her eyes? Whose did I dream of? Oh, cunning enemy, that to catch a saint with saints doth bait thy hook. Most dangerous is that temptation doth goad us on to sin in loving virtue. Never could the strumpet, with all her double vigour, art and nature, once stir my temper. But this virtuous maid subdues me quite. Ever till now, when men were fond, I smiled and wondered how.
Hail to you, Provost. For so I think you are.
I am the Provost. What you will, good father?
Found by my charity of blessed order, I come to visit the afflicted spirits here in prison. To do me the common right, to let me see them, to make me know the nature of their crimes they may minister to them accordingly.
I would do more than that with more need. For look, here comes one, a gentlewoman of mine, who, falling in the flaws of her own youth, hath blistered her report. She is with child, and he that got it sentenced, a young man more fit to do another such offence than die for this.
When must he die?
As I do think tomorrow. I have prepared for you. Stay a while, and you shall be conducted.
Repent you, fair one, the sin ye carry.
I do, and bear the shame most patiently.
I'll teach you how you should arrange your conscience and try your penitence, if it be sound or how it goes on.
I'll gladly learn.
Love you the man that wronged you.
Yes, as I love the woman that wronged him.
So then it seems your most offenseful act was mutually committed.
Mutually.
Then was your sin of heavier kind than his.
I do confess it and repent it, Father.
It is meet so, daughter. But lest you do repent, as that the sin hath brought you to the shame, which sorrow is always to ourselves, not heaven, showing we would not spare heaven as we love it, but as we stand in fear.
I do repent it, as it is an evil, and take the shame with joy.
Then rest. Your partner, as I hear, must die tomorrow. I am going with instruction to him. Grace go with you, Benedict.
Must
'tis pity.
And I pray and think and pray to several subjects. Heaven hath my empty words, lost my invention, hearing not my tongue. Anchors on Isabel, God in my mouth, as if I did but only chew his name. And in my heart the strong and swelling evil of my conception. The state whereon I studied is like a good thing being often read, grown sere and tedious. Yea, my gravity, wherein let no man hear me, I take pride. Could I with boot change for an idle plume, which the air beats for fame? O place of form, how often dost thou with thy case thy habit wrench ore from fools, and tie the wisest souls to false seeming? Blood, thou art blood. Let's write good angel on the devil's horn, 'tis not the devil's crest. How now, who's there?
Oh, one Isabel, a sister, desires access to you.
Teach her the way. Oh heavens, why does my blood thus muster to my heart, making it both unable for itself and dispossessing my other parts of their necessary fitness? So play the foolish throngs with one that swoons, come all to help him, and so stop the air by which he should revive. And even so the general subject to a well-wished king quit their own part, and in obsequious fondness crow to his presence, where their untaught love must needs appear offence. How now, fair maid?
I am come to know your pleasure.
If you might know it, it would better please me than to demand what it is. Your brother cannot live.
Even so. Heaven keep your honor.
Yet he may live a while. He may be as long as you or I. Yet he must die.
Under your sentence.
Yea.
When, I beseech you, in his reprieve, longer or shorter, he may be so fitted that his soul sicken not.
By his filthy vices, it was good to pardon him that hath from nature stolen and already made, is to remit their saucy sweetness, to coin God's image in stamps that are forbid. 'Tis all as easy falsely to take a life true made, as to put metal in restrained means to make a false one.
'Tis set down so in heaven, but not in earth.
Say you so? Then I shall pose you quickly. Which of you rather, that the most just law now took your brother's life, or to redeem him, give up your body to such sweet uncleanness as she that he had stained?
Sir, believe this. I had rather give up my body than my soul.
I took not of your soul. Our compelled sins stand for more number than a cont.
How say you?
Nay, I'll not warrant that, for I can speak against the thing I say. Answer to this. I, now the voice of the recorded law, pronounce a sentence on your brother's life. Might there not be a charity in sin to save his brother's life?
Please you to do it. I'll take it as a peril to my soul. It is no sin at all, but charity.
Please you to do it, peril of your soul. Or of equal voice of sin and charity.
What I do beg is life. If that be sin, heaven let me bear it. You granting my suit, if that be sin, I'll make it my morn prayer to have it added to faults of mine, and nothing to yours.
Nay, but hear me. Your sense pursues not mine. Either you are crafty, either you are ignorant, or seem so. Crafty, and that's not good.
Let me be ignorant, and in nothing good, but graciously to know I am no better.
Thus wisdom wishes to appear most bright when it doth tax itself, as these black masks proclaim and shield beauty 10 times now than beauty could display. But mark me to be received plain, I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
So,
and his offence is so, as it appears, accounted to the law upon that pay.
True.
I admit no other way to save his life, as I subscribe not that nor any other, but in the loss of question that you, his sister, finding yourself desired such a person whose credit with the judge, or in great place, could fetch your brother from manacles of the all-binding law, and that there were no earthly means to save him, but that either you must lay down the treasures of your body to suppose it, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
As much as my poor brother as myself. That is, were I under the terms of death, the impression of keen whips, I wear as rubies, and strip myself to death, as to abet that longing you have been
your brother die?
And swear the cheaper way. Better it were a brother died at once, than that a sister, by redeeming him, should die forever.
Were you not then as cruel as the sentence that you have slandered, sir?
Me in ransom and free pardon are of two houses. Lawful mercy is nothing given for foul redemption.
You seem delayed to make the law a tyrant, and rather prove the sliding of your brother a merriment than a vice.
Oh, pardon me, my lord, it oft slips out. To have what we would have, and speak not what we mean. Do something to excuse the thing I hate, to his advantage, that I dearly love.
We are all frail.
Else let my brother die. If not a federary, but only he owe and succeed thy weakness.
Nay, women are frail too.
Aye, as the glasses where they view themselves, which are as easy broke as they make forms. Women, heaven help, men their creation, mine in profiting either. Nay, call us 10 times frail, for we are soft as our complexions are, and credulous of falsehoods.
Think you well. And from this testimony of your own sex, since I suppose we are made to be no stronger than faults may shake our frames, let me be bold. I do arrest your words. Be that you are, that is, a woman. If you be more, you're none. If you be one, as you are, but expressed by all external warrants. Show it now by putting on death in the middle.
I have no tongue but one. Gentle my lord, let me entreat you, speak the former language.
Plain you conceive, I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me he shall die for it?
He shall not, Isabel, if you give me love.
I know your virtue, have the license in it. Seems a little fouler than it is to pluck on others.
Believe me, on my honor, my words express my purpose.
Ha! Little honour to be much believed, and most pernicious purpose. Seeming. I will proclaim the Angelo. Look for it. Sign me a present pardon for my brother, for with an outstretched throat I'll tell the world, aloud, what man thou art.
Who will believe you, Isabel? My unsoiled name, the austereness of my life, my vouch against you, and my place in the state will so your accusation overweigh that you shall stifle in your own report and smell of calumny. I have begun. Now I give my sensual race the rein. Bid thy consent to my sharp appetite. Lay all nicety and malicious blushes that banish what they sue for. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will. Or else he must not only die the death, but thy unkindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow, or by the affection that thou guidest me the most, I'll prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My false always your true.
Whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? The perilous mouths that bear them in one and the self-same tongue, either of condemnation or reproof. Bidding the law, make courtesy to their will, looking both right and wrong to that appetite, to follow as it draws. I'll to my brother. Yet he hath in him, though he hath fallen by concert of the blood, yet he hath in him such a mind of honour, that had he had 20 heads to tender down, on 20 bloody blocks he'd yield them up before his sister, should her body stoop to such a foreign pollution. And then Isabel lived chaste, and brother died. All that other brother is our chastity. I'll tell him what Angelo's request. This is mine to death. Whose soul's rest.
So then you hope of pardon from Lord Angelo.
The miserable have no other medicine but only hope. I have hope to live, and am prepared to die.
Be absolute for death. Either death or life shall thereby be the sweeter. Reason thus with life. If I do lose thee, I do lose a thing that none but fools could keep. A breath thou art. Servile to all the skyey influences that doubtless habitation where thou keepst hourly afflict. Merely thou art dead school. For him thou lamest by thy flight to shun, yet runs toward him still. Thou art not noble for all the accommodations that thou bearest Thou dost fear the soft and tender corn. A poor worm, thy best of rest is sleep. And thou, though oft provoked, yet grossly fearst thy death, which is no more. Thou art not thyself, for thou sittest on many 1,000 dreams that issue out of dust. Happy thou art not, for what thou hast not, thou still thou strivest to get, and what thou hast, thou gettest. Thou art not certain, for thy complexion shifts to strange effects after the moon. If thou art rich, thou art poor, for like an ass whose back vainly goes, thou farest thy heavy riches but a journey, and yet unknowns. Friend, hast thou not, for thy own bowels, which you call thee sire, kept the mere fusion of thy proper loins, do curse the gout, cervical, and the rheum, for ending thee no sooner. Thou hast no youth, nor age, but as it were an afterjet of sleep, dreaming on both, for thy blessed youth becomes as aged as not take the arms of palsy elders, and when thou art rich and old, thou hast neither youth, affection, limb, nor beauty to make thy riches pleasant. What's yet in this that bears the name of life? Yet in this life, life it 1,000 deaths, yet death be fear that makes these hours all even.
I humbly thank you. To sue to live, I find I seek to die, and seeking death, find life. Let it come on.
My home, peace here, grace and good company.
Who's there? Come in. The wish deserves a welcome.
But dear sir, ere long, I'll reach you again.
Most holy sir, I thank you.
My business is a word or two with Claudio.
And very well. Look, Signor, here's your sister.
Promised. A word with you.
As many as you please.
Now, sister.
Bring me to hear them speak where I may be conceived.
What's the comfort?
Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you, his swift ambassador, where you shall be in an everlasting labour. Therefore your best appointment, make good speed. Tomorrow you send one.
There's no remedy.
None but such a remedy as to save a head to keep a heart quiet.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may be do. There is a devilish mercy in the touch, and the human chorus that would free your life, but fetter you to death.
Perpetual endurance.
Aye, just perpetual endurance, a restraint that all the world's festivity you had to a determined scope.
But in what nature?
Such a one as you consented to it would bark your honour. When that trunk you bear, to leave you naked, let me know the point. I do fear thee, Claudio, and I quake thee, and I quake lest thou a feverish life shouldst entertain, and 6 or 7 winters more respect than perpetual honour. Darst thou die? The sense of death is in most apprehension. The poor beetle that we tread upon in corpus sufferance finds a pang in those races when the giant dies.
Why give you me this shame? Think you I can a resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in my arms.
There spake my brother. There's my father's great and unfaltering voice. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. This outwardly, sainted deputy, who set a visage in deliberate word, mints the youth in the head, and folly doth the new, as a falcon doth the fowl, yet the devil. This filth within being cast would appear upon the city's hell.
The frenzy Angela.
'Tis cunning livery of hell, the damned's body to invest uncommon dingy guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I would yield up, if I would yield my virginity, thou mightst be free?
Oh, heavens no, it cannot be.
Yes, would give it from this rank offence so to offend him still. This night is the time
thou shalt not do it.
If were upon my life, I'd throw down your deliverance as friendly as a king.
Thank you, dear Isabel.
Ready for you. Your death tomorrow.
Yes, he has affections in him that thus can make him bite the law by the nose when he would ever force it. Sure, it is no sin, or the deadly seven, it is the least.
Which is the least?
If it were damnable in being so wise, I mean, why would he for the momentary trick be perfectly fine? Ah, Isabel.
Says my brother.
It's a fearful thing.
Ashamed of life for hateful.
Aye, but to die, and to go not where, go we know not where, to lie in cold destruction and to rot. This sensible warm motion to become a cold, kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in the thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds and blown with restless violence around the pendant of the world, or to be worse than the worst of those that lawless and insurgent God imagine howling. It is too horrible. The weariest and the most low-lovely life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise. To what we fear in death.
Alas.
Oh, sweet sister, please, just let me live. What sin do you have to save another's life? Nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Oh, faithless coward! Oh, dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is it not a kind of incest to take life? For thine own sister's shame? What shall I think? Heaven shield my mother, pray my father, there, for such a warpness and wilderness. Never issue from it. Never issue from its blood. Take my rights, die, perish. My mind, might but mine bending down will breathe thee on thy feet. It should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy deathbed, not a word to save thee.
Hear me, Isabel.
Oh, fine, fine, fine. Thy sin's not accidental, but a traitor. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bore. 'Tis best that you die as quickly.
Isabella!
Vouchsafe a word, young sister. But what word?
What is your word?
Might you dispense with your leisure, by some speech with you? The satisfaction I would require is likewise your own benefits.
Have no superfluous pleasure. Stay must be stolen from other affairs, but will attend you a while.
So, I have overheard what has passed between you and your sister. Angelo had never purposed to corrupt her. Only he hath made an assay of her virtue to practice his judgment with the disposition of natures. She, having the truth of honor in her, hath made him the gracious denial which he is most glad to receive. I am confessor to Angelo. I know this to be true. Therefore prepare yourself to death. Do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die. Which here needs a meat ring.
Let me ask my sister pardon. I'm so out of love with life. I'm soon to be rid of it.
Hold you there. Farewell. Promise, a word with you.
What you will.
And now that you are come, you will be gone. Leave me a while with the maid. My mind promises with my habits that no luck shall touch her by night.
In good time.
A hand that made you fair, that made you good. The goodness that is cheap in beauty, make beauty brief in goodness. But grace being the soul of your complexion, shall keep the body of a never fair. The assault that Angelo made to you, fortune hath been made to my understanding. But that frailty hath examples for his falling. You should wonder at it. How will you do to content his substitute and save your brother?
I am now going to resolve. I'd rather my brother die by the law than my son should be unlawfully born. Oh, how much does the good Duke deceived in Angelo? If ever he returns, and I can speak to him, I will open my lips in vain, or discover his government.
That shall not be much amiss. Yet, as the matter now stands, he will avoid your accusation. He may try it with you only. Therefore, fasten your ear on my advices. To the love I have in doing good, the remedy presents itself. To make myself believe that you may be most righteously to a poor wronged lady of merit benefit, redeem your brother from the angry Lord, do not stain your own gracious person, and much please the absent youth, if for advantage will return and appear.
Let me hear you speak, Father. I have spirit to do anything that appears not found in my spirit.
Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. Have you not heard speak of Marianne, the sister of Frederick, the great soldier who was carried to sea?
I have heard of the lady, and good words were in her name.
She should this Angel have married, as affianced to her oath, and the nuptial appointed, between which time the contract had elicited the solemnity, her brother Frederick was racked to the sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister. The rocky Hypocristus was held for Jezebel. There she lost a noble and renowned brother, in his love for one of Evernone's kind and natural. With him, the portion and singular the fortune, her marriage dowry, with both her competent husband and well-seeming Angela.
Did Angela so leave?
Left her in tears and dragged her upon them with comfort. Swallowed his vows whole, pretending in her discoveries of dishonor. In Hume stood of her own lamentation, which she yet wears for his sake. And he, marvel to her tears, was washed with them that relents not.
Merit were it in death to take this poor maid from the world. What corruption there is, what corruption is in life that would let this man live? But how out of this can she avail?
It is a rupture which you may easily heal. And the cure is, it is not only so to save your brother, but keeps you from dishonor in doing it.
Show me how, good Father.
This forenamed maid hath yet been a continuance of her first affection. His unjust unkindness, that in all reason should have quenched her love, has made it more violent and unruly. Go you to Angela, answer his requirement with plausible obedience, agree with his demands to the point. Only refer yourself to this advantage. First, that you stay with him, not be long. That the time ahead calls shadow and silence in it, and the place answer to convenience. It's been granted, of course, and now follows on. We shall advise this wrong maid to scheme up your appointment. Go in your place. If the encounter acknowledge itself hereafter, it may compel him to her recompense. And here by this is your brother saved, your honor untainted, the poor Mariana advantaged, the corrupt deputy scaled. The maid I will pray may fit this attempt. If you think well to carry this as you may, the doubleness of the benefit defends the deceit from her truth. What think you of?
The image of it gives me content already, and I trust it will grow more prosperous perfection.
Delight much in your holding up. Haste you speedily to Angela. If for this night he entreat you to his bed, give him promise of satisfaction. I will presently to St. Luke's. There at the moated grave resides this dejected Mariana. And that place call upon me, dispatch with Angelo, but it may be quickly.
Thank you for this. Fare you well, good Father.
Nay, if there be no remedy for it, but that we will need buy and sell men and women like bees, we shall have all the world drink brown and white glasswood.
Oh heavens, what stuff is here?
Was never very well sent for 2 years trees. The marriage was put down, and there was allowed by all of the law, a third down to keep him warm, and further with box and lands ensue, to signify that craft, being richer than innocent, stands for facing.
Come your way, sir. Bless you, good Father Friar.
Good Father, what offense has this man made you, sir?
Nay, sir, he hath offended the law. And, sir, we take him to be a thief too, sir. For we have found upon him, sir, a strange picklock, which we have sent to deputy.
Why, sir, a board, a wicked board. The evil that thou opposes to good, that is thy means to live. Do not think what 'tis to cram a more or not the back from such a goodly nice. Think thyself, from their father will these few touches, I drink, I eat, I make myself and live. That I believe I live in the life, exceedingly candid. Go then.
Indeed, it does stink in some sort, sir, but yes, sir, as I...
Nay! The devil hath given thee proofs for sin. Thou wilt prove his. Take it to prison now. Correction and instruction must both work ere this rude beast will talk.
He must inform the deputy, sir. He has given him warning. The deputy cannot abide a whoremonger. If he be a whoremonger and come before him, he were as good as go a mile on his own.
That were all, as some would seem to be. From our faults as faults from seeming free.
His neck will come to your waist. Accord, sir.
I spy comfort, I cry bail, he's a gentleman and a friend of mine.
How now, noble Pompey? What at the wheels of Caesar? Art thou led in trial? What? Is there no Pygmalion's images, newly made woman to be had now, putting a hand in the pocket and then extracting it clenched? What reply, huh? What sayest thou to this tune, matter and method? Is it not drowned in the last rain, huh? What sayest thou, Crocs? Is the word what world as it was, man? Which is the one? Is it sad, few words? Or how? The truth of it.
Still thus, and thus, still worse.
How doth my dear morsel, thy mistress, procure she still, man?
Sure, sir, she's eaten up all the beef and she has herself in the tub.
Why, 'tis good. It is the right of it. It must be so. Then your fresh gore and your powdered board, an unshunned consequence. It must be so. Art thou going to prison, Pompey?
Yes, faith, sir.
Why, it is not a miss, Pompey. Farewell. Go, say I. Simply hither, for death, Pompey, or how?
For being aboard, or being aboard.
Why, then, imprison him if imprisonment be the due of a court. Why, 'tis his right. Bored is he, doubtless, and of antiquity too. Born. Farewell, good Pompey, to increase your bondage. Admit me to the prison, Pompey. You will turn good husband now, Pompey. You will keep the house.
I hope, sir, your good worship will be my bed.
No, indeed I will not, Pompey. It is not the wear. I will pray, Pompey, to increase your bondage. If you take it not patiently, why, your metal is the more. And you, trusty Pompey, bless you, brother.
And you?
Does Bridget still paint, Pompey? Huh?
Come your way, sir. Come.
You will not bail me then, sir.
Where, Pompey? Nor now. What news abroad, Friar? What news?
Come your way, sir. Come.
Go to the top kennel, Pompey, go. What news, Friar, of the Duke?
I know none. Can you tell me of any?
Some say he's with the Emperor of Russia. Others say he's in Rome. But where is he? Think you?
I know not where, but wheresoever, I wish you well.
Oh, it was a mad, fantastical trick of him to steal from the States and usurp the memory he was never born to. Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence, and he puts transgressions to it.
He does well, yes.
A little more leniency to the lecturer would do no harm in him, but something crabs too far that way, right?
It's a generalite and very obscure.
Ah, yes, it would so. The vice is a great kindred. It is well allied, but it is impossible to exterminate right, till eating and drinking be put down. So this Angelic was not made by man and woman after the downright way of creation. Is it true for you?
How should he made that?
Some report it sea made spawned him. Some that he was begot between two stockfishes. but it is certain that when he makes water, his urine is congealed ice. That I know to be true. And he is a motion generator. It is infallible.
You are pleasant, sir, and speak the case.
Why? What a ruthless thing this is in him. For the rebellion of a complice to take away the life of a man. Would the Duke, who is absent, have done this? There he would have hanged a man for getting 100 bastards. He would have paid for the bursting 1,000. He had some feeling of this sort. He knew the service. That instructed him to mercy.
I never heard the absence much respected to women. He was not inclined that way.
Oh, sir, you are deceived.
Is not possible.
Well, not the Duke. Yes, your beggar of 50, and his use was to put a ducat in her claptish. The Duke had crisis in him. He would be drunk till he let me inform you.
You do it wrong, surely.
Sir, I was an England of his. A shy fellow was the Duke, and I believe I know the cause of his withdrawal.
What I presume might be the cause.
No, pardon. It is a secret that must be locked between the teeth and the lips. But this I can let you understand. The greater part of the subject held the Duke to be wise.
Fine, I reckon that he was.
Very superficial, ignorant, unblamed fellow.
Either this is envy, folly, or mistaking. The very stream of his life and the business he had held must, upon a warrant indeed, give him a better confirmation. Let him be but testimony in his own dreams, for and he shall appear to the envious, a scholar, and a statesman, and a soldier. Therefore you speak of guilty, or it cannot be more. Much darkened in your mouth.
Sir, I know you, and I love you.
With treasured knowledge, and knowledge is nearer of love.
Come, sir, I know what I know.
I can hardly believe that, since you know not what you speak. But if ever the Duke return, as our prayers and our made, let me desire you to make your answer before me. If you be honest, you have spoke, you have courage to maintain it. I am bound to call upon you, and I pray you, your name?
Sir, my name is Lucio, well known to the Duke.
She'll know you better, sir, if I may live to report you.
I fear you not.
Oh, you hope that you will return no more, or you imagine me to be too unhurtful and opposite. But indeed, I can be in your heart. You forswear this.
I'll be hanged first. Thou art deceived in me, pride, but no more of this. Canst thou tell if Corngo dies tomorrow or not?
Why should he die, sir?
Why? For filling a bottle with a tongue ditch. I would the Duke we talk of were returned together. This ungenited agent will unequal the province with continency. Sparrows must not build in his house, these, because they are lecherous. The Duke yet would have darkened and started innocently. He would never bring them to light. Would he were returned married? This audio is condemned for untrussing. Farewell, good bride. I pray you pray for me. The Duke, I say to thee again, would eat mutton on Fridays. He's now past it, and yet, I say to thee, that he would, with his mouth with a beggar through, she smelt of brown bread and garlic. Say that I said so. Farewell.
No mindful greatness in mortality can censure stain. That wounded calamity with whitest virtue strikes. What king so strong can tie the gall of in the slanderous tongue? The frontier.
Go away to prison.
Good my lord, be good to me. Your honour is accounted a merciful man. Good my lord.
Double and treble and permission, and still forfeit is the same time. This would make mercy swear and play the tyrant.
A boy of 11 years continues.
My lord, this is one Lucio's information against me.
way with her to prison, go to no more word. From us, my brother Angelo will not be altered. Claudio must die tomorrow. Let him be furnished with the vines and have all charitable preparation. If my brother wrought by my pity, it should not be so with him.
So please you, sir, this friar hath been with him and advised him for the entertainment of death.
Good evening, Father.
This is good this time.
Whence are you?
Not of this country, though my chance is now to use it for my time. I am a brother of gracious order, late come from the sea in special business from his holiness.
What news abroad of the world?
None but that there is so great a fever on goodness that the dissolution of it must cure it. Now the king whose own game requests, and it is as dangerous to be aged in any kind of course as it is virtuous to be confident in any one indeed. There is scarce truth enough alive to make society secure, but security enough to make fellowships accursed. Much of harm is riddle from the wisdom of the world. This news is old enough, yet it is every day's news. I pray you, sir, of what disposition is the truth?
One that, above all other strifes, contended especially to know himself.
And what pleasure was he given to?
Rather rejoicing to see another merry than merry at anything which professed to make him rejoice. A gentleman of all temperance, but leave we to him his events, with a prayer that may prove prosperous. Let me desire to know how you find Claudio prepared, and made to understand you have lent you his attention.
He professes to have received no instrument measure from his judge, but most willingly holds himself to the determination of justice. He yet had been framed to himself by the instruction of his frailty many deceiving promises of life, which I, by my good pleasure, have discredited to him, and now he is resolved to die.
You have paid the heavens your function, and the prisoner the very debt of your calling. I have labored the poor gentleman to the extreme shore of my honesty, but my brother Justice have I so severe that he hath forced me to tell him that he is indeed justice.
His own life up the straightness of his proceeding, it shall be coming well, wherein, if he chance to fail, he hath sentenced himself.
I am going to visit the prisoner. There you are.
Peace be with you. He with the sword of heaven will bear should be as holy as severe. Pattern in himself to know, grace to stand, and virtue go. More no less to others paid than by self-defences weighed. Ashamed of him whose cruel striking kills the false from his own liking. Twice treble shame on Angelo, to aid my vice and let his grow. Oh, what may man within him hide, though angel on the outward side? How may likeness making crimes, making practice on the times, to draw with idle spiders' strings most ponderous and substantial things? Craft against vice I must apply. With Angelo tonight shall lie his old betrothed and despised, so disguised, shall, by the disguise pay with falsehood extracted, and perform an old contracted.
Take those lips away that sweetly were twice worn, and the light of break of day lights mislead the morn. But my kisses bring again, bring again seals of love, but sealed
Art has such a charm to make bad good and good provoke to harm. I pray you tell me, has anybody inquired for me here today? Not upon this time I have promised here to meet.
You have not been inquired after. I have sat here all day.
I do confidently believe you, but time comes even now. I shall crave your forbearance a little. Maybe I will call upon you anon for some advantage to yourself.
I'm always bound to you.
Very well met. And welcome. What is the news from this good?
We have a garden circummured with brick, whose western side is with a vineyard mat, and that to the vineyard is a pantry gate. That makes his opening with this bigger key. This other does command a little door, which from the vineyard to the garden leads. There I have made my promise, upon the heavy middle of the night, to call upon him.
But shall one your knowledge find his way?
I have taken a due and wary note on it, and with whispering and most guilty diligence, in an action all set. He did show me the way twice over.
Are there no other tokens between you and Green concerning her observance?
No, none, but only a repair in the dark, and that I have possessed him, my most stay, can be but brief. For I have made you know, I have a servant comes with me along that stay with London, whose persuasion is I come from my brother.
Well borne up. I have not yet made known to Mariana our word of this. What hope within? Come forth. I pray you be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good.
You desire that.
Do you persuade yourself that I respect you, good friar, and know you too, and have found it?
Take this, then, this your companion by the hand. You have a story ready for your ear. I shall attend your leisure, but make haste, that this night approaches.
Will it please you walk aside?
Your place and greatness, millions of false eyes duck upon me. Volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quest upon thy doings. Thousand escapes of wit make thee the father of their idle dream, and wrap thee in their fancies. Welcome. How grieve?
Shall take the enterprise upon her father if you advise it.
It is not my consent, but my entreaty to.
This I have you to say. When you depart from him, but soft and low, remember now my God.
Fear not.
Nor, gentle daughter, fear you not long. He is your husband on a free contract. To bring you thus together, 'tis no sin. Sin that the justice of your title to him doth warrant the deceit. Come, let us go. Our chorus to read, and then I'll pay you to the floor.
Come hither, Sarah. Can you cut off a man's head?
If the man be a bachelor, sir, I can, but if he be a married man, he his wife's hand, sir, and I never cut off a woman's hand.
Come, sir, leave me your snatches and give me the direct answer. Tomorrow morning out of Dye, Claudio and Barney. Here in our prison, we have a common executioner who in his office lacks a helper. If you will take it on you to assist him, it will redeem you from your gods. If not, you shall have your full term of imprisonment and your deliverance with an unpitied whipping. For you've been a notorious bawd.
Sir, I've been unlawful for a time out of mind, but yeah, I'll be content to be a lawful hangman. I'll be glad to receive instruction from my fellow partner.
What ho! A Borson! Where's a Borson there?
Did you call, sir?
Sarah, here's a fellow will help you tomorrow in your execution. If you think it meet, compound with him by a year, and let him abide here with you. If not, use him for the present and dismiss him. He cannot leave his estimation with you. It's been a ball.
Aboard, sir! Fire upon him! He will discredit our history!
Go to, you weigh equally. A feather will tip the scale.
Pray, sir, by your good favour, for surely, sir, a good favour you have, but you have a hanging look. Do you call, sir, your occupation a mystery?
Aye, sir, a mystery.
Painting, sir, I have heard say, is a mystery. And your whole, sir, being members of my occupation, using painting to prove my occupation a mystery. And what mystery there should be in hanging? If I should be hanged, I cannot imagine.
Sir, it is a mystery. Every true man's apparel fits your feet. If it be too little for your feet, your true man thinks it big enough. If it be too big for your feet, your feet thinks it little enough. So every true man's apparel fits your feet.
Are you agreed?
Sir, I will serve him, for I do find your hangman is more offensive trade than your board. He does often ask for forgiveness.
You, sir, provide your block and your axe tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
Come on board. I will instruct thee in my trade. Follow.
I do desire to learn, sir. If you have occasion to use me for your own turn, you shall find me here. But truly, sir, for your kindness, I owe you a good turn.
Call hither Barnardine and Claudio. One has my pity, not a jot the other, though he were my brother. Look, here's the warrant, Claudio. Thy death. 'Tis now dead midnight, and by 8 tomorrow, thou must be made immortal. Where's Barnardine?
As fast locked up in sleep as guiltless labor when it lies starkly in the traveller's bones. He will not wait.
Who can do good on him? Well, go prepare yourself. Oh, but hark, what noise? Heaven give your spirits comfort. By and by, I hope that some pardon or reprieve for the most gentle Claudio. Oh, welcome, Father.
The best and wholesomest spirits of the night envelop you, good fathers. Who called here of late?
None since the curfew rang.
Not Isabel?
No.
They will then ere to be long.
What comfort is for Claudio?
There is something. Not.
It is a bit of death.
Not so. Not so. His life is paralleled even with the stroke and line of his great justice. He doth with holy abstinence subdue that in himself, which he spurs on his power to qualify in others. Were he yield with that which he directs, then were he tyrannous. Being this, but this being so, he's just. Now they come. This is a gentle host. Seldom when the stealer jailer is the friend of men. How now, what noise? That spirit possessed with. The wounds the insisting for stern with these strokes.
There he must stay until the officer arrives to let him in. He's gobbled up.
Have you? No countermand for Claudio yet, but he must die tomorrow.
None, sir, none.
As near the drawing promised as it is, you shall hear more ere morning.
Hardly you know, sir. Yet I believe there comes no countermand. No such example have we. Besides, upon the very siege of justice, Lord Angelo hath to the public ear professed the conqueror. This is his lordship's man.
Here comes Claudio's party.
My lord hath sent you this note, and by me is further charge that you swerve not from this law's martial conduct, neither into my matter nor other circumstance. A good warrant for, as I take it, is almost dead.
I
mercy, mercy so extended that for the false love is the offender friend. Now, sir,
I told you, Lord Angelo, belike thinking me remiss in mine office, awakes me with this unwonted putting on, methinks strangely, for he'd not used it before.
pray you, let's hear it.
Whatever you hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 of the clock, and in the afternoon barmaid. For my better satisfaction, let me have Claudio's head sent me by 5. Let this be duly performed, with a thought that more depends on it than we must yet deliver. Thus, fail not to do your office, as you will answer at your peril. What do you say to that, sir?
What is that Barnardine who's to be executed in the afternoon?
A Bohemian born, but nursed up here and bred. One that's a prisoner, 9 years old.
How came it that the absent Duke had not either delivered him to his liberty or executed him? I have heard it was never his manner to do so.
His friends still wrought reprieves for him, and indeed his facts till now in the government of Lord Angelo came not to an undoubted proof.
It is now apparent.
Most manifest and not denied by himself.
Hath he borne himself penitently in prison? How seems he betwixt?
The man hath approached death no more dreadfully than as a drunken swift, careless, reckless, and fearless of what's past, present, or to come, insensible of mortality, and desperately mortal.
He wants advice.
He'll hear none. He hath evermore had the liberty of the prison. Give him leave to escape, he would not. Drunk many times a day, if not many days entirely drunk. We very oft awaked him as if to carry him to execution and showed him a seeming warrant. It hath not moved him an inch.
More of him anon. There is written in your brow, Thomas, honesty and constancy. If I read it not truly, my ancient skill be gathered to me. But in the boldness of my coming, I will lay myself in hazard. Claudio, whom here you have warrant to execute, is no greater forfeit to the law than Angelo, who hath sentenced him. To make you understand this in a manifest effect, I crave but 4 days' respite, for the which you are to do me both a present and dangerous courtesy.
Pray, sir, in what?
In delaying the death.
Alack, how may I do that, having the hour limited, and an express command under penalty to deliver his head in the view of Angelo? I can make my case as Claudio's to cross it in the slightest.
By the vow of mine order, I warrant you with my instructions may be your guide. Let this Barnardine be this morning executed, and his head borne to Angelo.
Angelo hath seen them both and will discern fate.
Oh, death's the great disguiser, and you may add to it. Shave the head and tie the beard, and say it was a desire the penitent be so barred before his death. You know the course is common. If anything falls to you upon this, words of guidance and good fortune by the saint whom I profess, I will plead against it with my life.
Pardon me, good friar, but it is against my oath.
Were you sworn to the Duke or the deputy?
To him and his substitute.
You will think you have made no offense if the Duke avouch the justice of your dealing?
What likelihood is in that?
Not a resemblance, but a certainty. Yet, since I see you fearful that neither my hopes, integrity, nor persuasion, can ease, attempt you, I will go further than I meant to popple fears out. Look, sir, here is the hand and seal of the Duke. You know the character, I doubt not.
I know
And the
them.
signet is not strange to you.
I know them both.
The contents of this is the return of the Duke. You shall anon overread it at your pleasure, when you shall find within these 2 days he will be here. This is the thing that Angelo knows lends a strange tenor. Perchance the Duke's death. Perchance entering into some monastery. But by chance nothing of what is writ. Look, the unfolding star calls up the ship. But not yourself to amazement how these things should be. All difficulties are but easy when they are known. Call your executioner, and off with Barnardine's head. I will give him a present shrift and advise him for a better place. Yet you are amazed. But this shall absolutely resolve you. Come away. It's almost done.
I'm as well acquainted here as I was in our house of profession. One will think it was Mr. Thornton's son or about our own house. But here have been many of our customers. First is young Master Rash. He's in for a commodity of brown paper and old ginger, £917, of which he made 5 months' ready money. Married then, ginger was not much a request, for all the old women were all dead. Then here is one Master Caper, and the suit of Master 3-pound Mercer, for a suit of peach-coloured satin, which now teaches him a beggar. Then here we have young Dizzy, and young Master Deepdown, and Master Copperspur, and Master Stab Lucky, the rapier and dagger man, and young John Hare that killed Blussy Pudding, and Master Forflack the Tilter, and brave Master Shootide, the great traveller, and Wild Harkin and Stab Pots. And I think 40 more, all great doers in our trade, and now for the Lord's sake.
Sirrah, young, bring Barnaby hither.
Master Barnaby, you must rise and behave, Master Barnaby.
What ho, Barnaby?
A pox in your throat. Who makes that noise there?
Your friend, sir, the hangman. You must be so good, sir, to rise and be put to death.
Away, rogue, away. I am sleeping.
Tell him he must awake, and that quickly too.
Pray, Master Barnaby, await till you are executed and sleep afterwards.
Go into him and fetch him out.
He is coming, sir. He is coming. I hear a straw rustle.
Is the axe upon the block, Sirrah?
Very ready, sir.
How now, Apostle? What's the news with you?
Truly, sir, I would desire you to clap into your prayers. For look you, the warrant's come.
You rogue! I have been drinking all night. I'm not fitted for it.
Oh, the better, sir. For that he drinks all night and is hanged betimes in the morning, may sleep sounder all the next day.
Look you, sir, here comes your ghostly father. Do we jest now, think you?
Sir, induced by my charity and hearing how hastily you are to depart, I come to advise you, comfort you, and pray you.
Friar, not I. I have been drinking hard all night, and I will have more time to prepare me, or they will feed up my brand with billets. I will not consent to die this day.
Well, that's certain. Sir, you must. And therefore I beseech you, look forward on the journey you shall go.
I swear I will not die today for any man's persuasion.
But hear you.
Not a word. If you have anything to say to me, come to my board, for thence will not I today.
I'm ready to live or die. Oh, gravel heart. After fellows, bring him to the block.
Now, sir, how'd you find the prison?
A creature unprepared, unmeet for death, and to transport him in the mind he was damnable.
Here in the prison, Father, there died this morning of a cruel fever one Ragozzi, a most notorious pirate, a man of Claudio's years. It's beard, and head of just his color. What if we do omit this reprobate, so he were well inclined, and satisfy the deputy with the visage of Ragazzini, more like to Belgium?
'Tis an accident that heaven remains. Dispatch it presently. The hour draws on, prefixed by Angelo. See this be done, and send according to command, whilst I persuade this rude wretch willingly to die.
This shall be done, good father, presently, but Barnardine must die this afternoon. And how shall we continue Claudio to save me from the danger that might come if he were not alive?
Now let this be done. Put them in secret holes, both Barnardine and Claudio. Ere twice the son hath made his journal greeting to young generation, you shall find your safety manifest.
I am your free defender.
A quick dispatch, and send the head to Angelo. Now will I write letters to Angelo. The provost, he shall bear them, whose contents shall witness to him, I am near at home, and that my great injunctions I am bound to enter publicly. Him I'll desire to meet me at the consecrated fount a league below the city. And from thence, by cold gradation and well-balanced form, we shall proceed with Angelo.
Here is the hat. I'll carry it myself.
Convenient, yes. Make a swift turn, for I will commune with you of such things that want no ears but yours.
I'll make all speed.
He's home, been here.
The tongue of Isabel. She's come to know if yet your brother's pardon be come hither. But I will keep it ignorant of their goods, to make her heavenly comforts of despair when it is least expected.
Oh, by your leave.
Good morning to you, fair and gracious daughter.
Better. Even me by so holy man. Have yet the deputy sent my brother's pardon?
We have released him, Isabel, from the world. His head is off and sent to Angelo.
But it is not so.
It is no other. Show you wisdom, daughter, in your close patience.
I will to him, and pluck out his eyes.
He shall not be admitted to his sight.
Happy Claudio. Wretched Isabel. Injurious world. Most bandit Angelo.
His door hurts him, no profit to adjust. Forbear it, therefore. Give your cause to heaven. Mark what I say, which you shall find by every syllable in faithful verity. The Duke comes home tomorrow. Nay, dry your eyes. One about Convent and his confessor gives me this instance. Already he hath carried notice to Escalus and Angelo, to prepare to meet at the gates, there to give up their power. You can pace your wisdom in the good path that I wish you go. You shall have your bosom on this wretch, grace of the Duke, revenges to your heart, and general life.
And directed by you.
This letter, then, to Friar Peter here. It is he that sent me on the Duke's return. Say by this token I desire his company at Mariana's house tonight. Her cause and yours, I'll perfect you beyond. And he shall bring you before the Duke. And to the heads of Angelo, accuse him home and home for my poor self. And combine it by a secret vow and shall be absent. When you read this letter, command the sprinkled waters from your eyes to the light of heart. Trust not my holy order that will avert your cause. Who's there?
Good evening, Friar. Where's the promise?
Not within, sir.
Pretty Isabella, I'm pale as my heart to see thine eyes so red. Thou must be patient. I am fain to dine and sup with water and bran. I dare not for my head fill my belly. One fruitful meal looks set to us, but they say the Duke will be here tomorrow. By my troth, Isabella, I love thy brother. The old fantastic fantastical Duke of Dark Corners had been at home, he had lived.
Sir, the Duke is marvellous little beholding in your reports, but the best is he lives not in them.
Friar, thou knowest not the Duke as well as I do. He's a better woodman than thou takest him for.
Well, you'll answer this one day. Very well.
Nay, Terry, I will go along with thee. I can tell thee pretty tales of the Duke.
You have told me too many of them already, sir, if they be true. If not true, none were enough.
I was once the boy for getting a witch with a child.
Did you such a thing?
Oh, yes, married did I, but I was planning to forswear it, and they would have married me to the wrong fiddler.
Sir, your company is fairer than honest. Rest you well.
By my troth, I will go give thee to the lady's eater. The bawdy talk offends you will have very little of it. Nay, Friar, I'm kind of bitter. I shall speak.
Every letter you have writ is vouched of.
Most uneven and distracted manner. His actions show much like to madness. Pray heaven's wisdom not be tainted. And why leave him at the gates and deliver our authorities there?
I guess not.
And why should we proclaim it now before he's entering? That if any crave redress and injustice, they should exhibit their petitions in the street.
He shows his reasoning for that, to have a dispatch of complaints and to deliver us from devices hereafter, which shall then have no power to stand against us.
Well, I beseech you, let it be proclaimed. The times of the morn I'll call you at your house. Give notice to such men of sword and student as are to meet him.
I shall, sir. Very well.
Night. This deed unshapes me quite. Makes me unpregnant and dull to all proceedings. A deflowered maid. And by an eminent body that enforced the law against it. But that her tender shame will not proclaim against her maiden loss, how might she tongue me? Yet reason dares her know, for my authority bears the credent bulk that no particular scandal once can touch, but it confounds the breather. He should have lived. Save that his riotous youth, dangerous sense might in times to come obtain revenge by so receiving a dishonoured life with ransom of such shame. Would yet he had lived. Alack, when once our grace we have forgot, nothing goes right. We would, and we would not.
These letters at fit time deliver me. One knows our purpose and our thought. The matter being first, keep your instruction and put the record our special grip. Though sometimes you do blench from this to that, as caused our minister, go call at Flavius' house. Tell him where I stay. Give the like notice to Valentius, Roland, and to Crassus, and bid them bring the trumpets to the gate. And send me Flavius first.
It shall be speeded well.
To speak so indirectly, I am loath. But I would say the truth, but to accuse him so, that is your part. Yet I am advised to do it. He says to the baleful purpose. Be ruled by him. Besides, he tells me that if peradventure he speaks against me on the adverse side, I shall not be estranged. He's a physic. That's bitter to sweet living.
I would, Friar Peter.
Oh, please, Friar Peter.
Come, I have found you a stand most fit, where you will have such advantage on the Duke, he shall not pass you. Twice have the trumpets sounded, the generous and grave assistants have hit the gates, and very near upon the Duke is entering. Therefore, hence, away!
My very worthy cousin, fairly met. My old faithful friend, we are glad to see you.
Happy return to me, your royal grace.
Many and hearty thanks to you both. We've made inquiry of you. We hear such goodness in your justice that our soul cannot but yield public thanks for running more required.
You make my bonds still greater.
Your desert speaks loud, and I should wrong it to lock it in the walls of coloured bosom, when it deserves with characters of brass, afforded residence against tooth time, razor of oblivion, forgive me your hand. And let the subjects see, to make them know that outward courtesies would fain proclaim favours that keep within. Come, let's go, so you must walk on us on our other hand. Good supporters are you.
Now is your time. Speak loud and kneel before him. Justice, O royal duke, avail your regard upon a wronged, I would fain set a maid. Where the prince dishonour not your eye by throwing it on any other subject. Till you have heard me in my true complaint, giving me justice, 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 justice!
Relate your wrongs in what by whom? Be brief. Here is Lord Angelo shall give you justice. Reveal yourself to him.
Oh, worthy duke, you bring me seek redemption of the devil. Hear me yourself. For that which I must speak must either punish me, not being believed, or bring redress from you. Hear me, or hear me here.
My lord, I think I'm not firm. She has been a suitor to me for her brother, cut off by the course of justice.
Course of justice!
And she will speak most bitterly and strange.
Most strange, but yet most truly I will speak. That Angelo's forsworn, is it not strange? That Angelo's a murderer, is it not strange? That Angelo is an adulterous thief and hypocrite, a virgin violator, is it not strange and strange?
Nay, 'tis 10 times strange.
Is it not true that he is Angelo? And this is all as true as it is strange. Nay, it is 10 times true. The truth is truth, to the end of reckoning.
Away with her, you poor soul. She speaks in the infirmity of sense.
Oh, Prince, I conjure thee, as thou believest there is another comfort than this world, that thou not neglect me, not with the opinion that I am touched with madness. Make it not impossible, that which but seems unlikely. 'Tis not impossible, but one the wicked hated on the ground may seem as shy, as brave, as just, as absolute as Angelo. Even so may Angelo, in all his dressings, characters, titles, forms, be an arch-villain. Believe it, Lord, he is less, he is nothing. But he's more, had I more name for badness.
God in mine honesty, if she be mad as I believe no other. But madness hath the honest spring of sense, such a dependency of thing on thing as ever I heard in madness.
Oh, gracious Duke, hark not